Hi folks, Nadia here, health and fitness coach, and today we talk about how to stay committed. So before we jump into the conversation, I'm going to share this video inside Friends and Health Facebook group for your daily motivation and inspiration and your wellness journey. Please feel free to join us and especially invite someone. We have our monthly challenges in there. We just have fun, and especially daily motivations are their best. All right, and I am going to do it right away, and stay until the end of the video. I'm going to share with you the main secret of how to stay committed. And also go ahead and make sure that you receive email updates from me. It's always fun to multitask. I just still learning how to do it. All right, I think I shared it inside of Friends and Health Facebook group. And for updates from me, this is the link. And by the way, the next one is coming, my reflection of August. And also, if you noticed, and thank you so much for all your beautiful responses back from the inspirational email that I sent a couple of weeks ago. I choose the best one from our group and send it your way. It's beautiful to receive it on Sunday morning, isn't it? Okay, how to stay motivated. Last week we talked about two types of pain. Who remembers what they are? The pain of discipline and the pain of regret. And you probably already know, well, I kind of need to go through the pain of discipline because the pain of regret is much worse. Let me know where you're watching from. I see that you're watching. And this is really the fire of staying committed. Is I either go through the discipline or the system and the structure and accountability that I create, or I suffer the circumstances of regret and results or non-results, which also results. So you hear me often saying, know exactly what you want. Speaking of commitment, how can I be committed to something I don't know what I want? What is it that you want at the end of the day, at the end of the week, in 5 years, 3 years? What is your why? You heard it from me. And if you don't know yet, let's work with it. What you don't hear me often saying is know what you actually don't want. Have a very clear picture of what is it that you don't want. And imagine if we stay in the same circle of things we have been doing and we still get results that we don't want. We got to change something. And if we don't, we keep staying in this process and we get more of what we don't want. We get more stuck in a rut. We get more blame, more regret. Our health goes down, relationships go down, work kind of drags, and it's just the whole life is becoming, what's the point? I want to have such a clarity of what I don't want. I know it's painful. Who wants to talk about and especially write and put it in front of you something you don't want? But guess what happens? You see that so often, or when you really need that fire, that you clearly understand, if I don't do what I said I'm going to do and stay committed to my word, that's where I'm heading. So it's these two types of clarities that we want to have, what I want and what I don't want. And I also understand, like for me, if I keep going in that realm and those activities, my body, your body will have some point the response to you, enough is enough. you will experience physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, pain in relationships, you name it, it's that vicious cycle. So at the point where your pain becomes so much stronger than your fear, then you actually start moving towards your actions, towards your commitment. So the fear becomes stronger, the pain becomes stronger than your fear. And it's in very radical conditions that we don't want to end up in. So let's say if I never happen to have that pain that is so much stronger than my fear, how do I stay committed? It's easy to stay, if I may say easy, simple to stay committed through my actions when I know it's kicking me in the butt. If I don't do anything, I'm going to have a heart attack. That's simple, but if I don't get there, how do I stay committed? Okay, if you're grown up, I'm going to invite you to do something. You will say, what? Let's have a game. The game has 2 rules. The rule number 1 is, Brendon Burchard says, create urgency. I am not asking to look for it, I'm asking you to create it. And here's your urgency, 2 things in that urgency. Well, actually, that's those 2 things I'm talking about. Number 1, when I do what I say I'm gonna do, this will happen. For kids, for animals, the reward we are looking for, oh, okay, if I do this, I'm getting that reward. It's the same thing for our brain. So if I stay committed to, if I stay in the process to the commitment I said I'm going to do, this what happens. I'm going to save somebody from another anxiety attack. Or if I'm going to have that exercise, well, in my case, I'll reverse back with my client. If I get my study in how to build the right exercise routine for stress reduction, I'm going to save somebody's life. I'm going to save my client day from another anxiety attack. Or on the personal level, if I do that exercise right now after this video, I get to have the energy for myself so I can be good for my family. The second rule of the game, if I don't do what I said I'm gonna do, what's the worst case? I asked, what's the worst case? We want to create those radical rules. Hey, it's the game anyway. If I don't do what I said I'm gonna do, here's what will happen. If I don't get my study done, I'm not going to save somebody else's life. My client is going to have another bad day. I'm going to blame myself, and it's all downhill. If I don't do my exercise, I feel crappy, I feel nervous, I feel annoying or annoyed and annoying. And I'm not my best for neither me, neither my family. Kids are frustrated, and it's stress in the family, and the weekend is down the hill. Create the urgency of really being clear of the reward you get when you stay committed, and the worst case scenario if you don't stay committed. Have a clarity of not only what you want, but the clarity of what you don't want. So here's the biggest trick of how to stay committed. So besides having that structure and the system and really following through the structure with that clarity, we are creatures of communication. Have that accountability, have your reminders, have the way you have accountability. Whether it's your family member, your coach, your friend, yourself, something to keep you accountable. And that's the meat here, right here. Are you ready? Don't make it about yourself. We're so focusing on ourselves, almost kind of selfish. make it about somebody else's. Have you noticed we do for others very often more than we do for ourselves? So let's put it in a game. I put my client in the game. I put my kids in the game. Because I know I have that clarity and I'm making this game much bigger, not just about me and being selfish. All right, folks, this is how we stay committed. Keep that fire going, knowing that you got two choices of pain, discipline and regret. Let's not be in the place where your pain becomes bigger than the fear, but that's the way as well to keep yourself committed. And if it's not the case, let's create a game with the clarity. If I do this, here's the reward. If I don't do this, here's the worst case. Have that structure of following through, have accountability, and the main thing, keep the main thing, don't make it about yourself. Before you go, please let me know how it lands on you. I am looking forward to your comments, and I'll see you in the future.